Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my cash envelope stuffing for my July paycheck number 2, and my budget didn't go off quite as planned for the month. I feel like they never do. So the reason why I did not film my first paycheck was that I originally was saving for my insurance, I believe. I was originally saving for my business insurance to pay it off, but I realized that I ended up renewing it 2 weeks ago, maybe. That was my business insurance. I realized that it was easier for me to renew it online before it expired than if I let it expire. I would have to go back in person and I would have to get like re-quoted, and I'd have to fill out all the paperwork again. So I just bit the bullet and I renewed my insurance. That was a little under $400, and then I had to pay for it's actually my most expensive craft fair for the year. That was just under $500. So that was pretty much my first paycheck was around $1,500. So that went towards that. And then I ended up buying some material on Etsy, and I don't know how I missed it, but it said that it was shipping from China. So I got the notification that it was shipped, but I wouldn't be getting it until the end of September. And I was like, oh my goodness, why is it that long? And I couldn't figure it out. And then when I looked at it, it's coming from China. So I had to, that was also an expense I used for my first paycheck. And then I had to rebuy material from someone here in the States so it would get here on time. For my first craft fair is the beginning of September. That I only do really big ones. So I have a big one in September, October, November, and then December. So I was like, you know what? At least the material that I didn't realize was coming from China will be here for the rest of my holiday fairs, but just not that first one. So I had to rebuy material at the beginning of this week. So that was like another $150. So that all came from my first paycheck. So for my second paycheck, I immediately transferred over $400 to my savings account to pay for my credit card. I paid the $300 in the beginning of the month, and then I did another $300 this week, I believe, and I just transferred over an extra $100 as like a buffer. So I'm working with, I originally had $675 to work with, but then when I had to place my second material order, that was like $148 and change. So I just am not filling my anniversary party envelope for my parents for this paycheck. So I'm actually stuffing $525. And then my next paycheck, I am stuffing my my sinking funds, and because I only do that once a month, and I am dog sitting this whole week, so I have that money going towards that will cover majority of my sinking funds. So that is kind of why I've been MIA. I've just had a lot of expenses pop up. So we'll just get right into it. I'm going to start with my wallet expenses first. Those are my variable expenses. So grocery, well, we'll start with gas. I don't know, my little tab always falls out. Gas, I actually had to use 40 already. And then I ended up only taking 35. So I'm putting 40 in here, but I'm going to do 20 and 2 10s because I used 2 20s. So I now have 45 for gas. My going out, this is my eating out. That gets 60. Yeah, I guess it gets 60. I've just been, since I do not have school, I have just been going out a lot more with friends. So I am just trying to up that. Groceries get 60 as well. And actually, this was another update. I have ShopRite and I have Stop and Shop near me. So I last week there was a gift card deal where if you spent bought $100 in gift cards, you got a $15. It was supposed to be a coupon off your next order, but when I got my gift cards, the coupon didn't show up on the bottom of my receipt, so I went to customer service and they gave me two $15 gift cards instead. So this is $30, so I technically have 80 for groceries for this week. And what I did was I used some of the money that I was saving for my parents' anniversary party, and I bought 2 Instacart gift cards because they didn't have Amazon and they didn't have Etsy at the ShopRite that I went to. So I went with Instacart because I know that I'm going to be getting some of the stuff from Costco. So I just figured because I'm saving the money for the anniversary party, I might as well try and kind of make money off of that, if that makes sense. So spending, I used 10. So spending gets 50 and I used 10, so it gets 40. I had a mishap on my way to work the other day, and I had to buy a new shirt on my way to work, and I thank goodness there's a Kohl's on my way to work, so I had to stop and get a new tank top. Couponing doesn't get anything. Nails gets 30. I am getting my nails done today because they are starting to lift. I'm able to get usually I'm able to get 5 weeks for my nails, but since I'm in the pool more now for the summer, I only get about 4 weeks. So now I have 50 in my nails envelope. So since this is my magic month, I'm not sure if I said that already. This is my magic month for my paycheck. So I get 3 paychecks. So my first one kind of just went to like my business expenses. So I will be budgeting with my last 2 for the month. And so my train, I have this in here as rent. I'm still getting used to my new envelope system. So bills, this is the anniversary party. I have the Instacart gift cards in here. I have 200 for Instacart. Debt, this is my credit card cash savings. And I actually also I did take out the 400. I put the 400 in my bank account to pay for help pay for the one craft fair. So that's something else that I wasn't kind of expecting, but I knew I had to pay for my spot for the craft fair or I wouldn't have as good of a spot as I had last time. So now that I'm still in here, I'm still getting used to my envelope. My new envelope system since my dog ate my other envelope system. Beauty gets 30. I'm getting my eyebrows done sometime later this week, so I will have to borrow money from spending. So that is all for in here. And then this summer money actually goes in my fun envelope, which might have been in that. No, it's actually in here. So my fun is my events envelope, which technically is a sinking fund, but for the summer, I have been putting more money in it just because I've been doing a lot more. I do have a friend coming at the end of the week. She's coming from out of town to stay with me, so I know we'll be doing stuff there. Then I've train. My train is my rent. That's $25. At the end of August, I will be commuting back into the city again, and I will have to pay for the train. So I now have 20, 40, 60, 70, 75. But the only saving grace is I do not have to pay for my monthly because I am not going to be going in enough times for the monthly to be worth it. But I will still be paying a hefty amount. So I have rent, and then the last amount of money I have here is for my challenges. So, and also, now that I think about it, some of the money that I used for my first paycheck was I bought some new savings challenge books. I bought lower denominations because I was noticing that my binders are just, that I've been working for a while, but they're just huge denominations. So I bought 2. I either bought 2 or 3. I know one already came in. They're all Friends themed because I'm obsessed with Friends. I was planning on doing a separate video once I got the other binder in. That one should be coming in soon because it shipped on the 8th. But I will be doing, this will be going for my savings challenges, and the 50, my goal is to just do some bill condensing. So I will be doing a separate video for both my challenges, and then when my other challenge binders come in, I will be doing another video on those, showing you the binders. So thank you all so much for watching, and once again, I'm really sorry that it took so long for me to get this video up. I just wasn't budgeting with my July Paycheck 1, but I will be budgeting with, like I did with Paycheck 2 and then Paycheck 3. So I will see you guys all in my next video, and thank you all so much for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great day and happy budgeting.